Well, as my father used to say, I've really put my robe in it this time. I have awakened in Lakenhearth with my companions, and all of a sudden I've got a town to lead. People that need money, lodging, even people that might be in charge of this town that I'd never even met before. I don't know. I wish you could see me now. My hands are shaking. And the best part is, with all the things that I have to do, and all the people counting on me, all I can think about is the horrible tragedy that's befallen my brother and how I failed my mother. But forget all that. On with Dungeon Dads.
Heroes rise, heroes fall. I see them on the front line, standing tall. They're risking life and limb to answer the call. But what they fighting for? Don't know, don't care, just along for the ride. But if everyone must stand, I'm gonna make sure I'm gonna win inside.
Hey, everybody, and welcome back to the podcast. As always, I'm your DM, Tom Blaylock. You are listening to the Dungeon Dads podcast, episode 55. Fellas, what's up?
What's up,
Glad
dude?
to be here.
Hello.
So good. I'm joined, as always, by the always on John Watson. Excellent cold open, my friend.
Oh, well, thank you very much. There's a lot more to think about. This is the part that is the most exciting and also the most dreadful.
Yeah, I know. Well, I've been messaging to you to get ready to be ready, like as an actor and as a person for some difficult times ahead.
For a really glorious death scene.
I mean, I don't know, but yeah, I'm not gonna telegraph too much. We are to the point now in our game and in our story where danger is very real, and I think you guys feel it as players. Yeah. I am also joined by on the chain, off the chain. I'm always confused by that. Tim Carr, which is it? Is it on the chain or off
I
the
don't know.
chain?
It's whatever one goes with fleek, right? It's on the fleek or on fleek. I don't know. Whatever.
Yeah,
Whatever.
on the
Just you know, the kids
actually,
will know what you mean.
I was going to say Sam Frank is on the fleek.
In case you guys didn't know what podcast you're listening to or what demographic.
You know, it's season 3. We got to bring up some old
your
material
hosts are. Yeah.
Oh man, it's gonna be lit. That's all I know.
It's gonna be lit.
Yeah,
It's gonna be lit.
Our toes will be up because we will be so tired by the end, and we will be in bed with our toes in the air. We'll be toe up, is what I'm saying.
I'm not sure that means what you think it means.
I'm pretty sure I do. It's my favorite position, toe up.
Wow. That one's gonna stick around for a while.
That's it. Are you guys ready to get right into this?
Well, you got one more person introduced, don't you? Or did I
did.
miss
I said Sam Frank is going to be on the fleek.
Oh, that was it. That was the whole thing.
It's just a classic Dungeon Dads intro.
Yeah. We're back, baby. We're back.
We're back in hardcore. Ain't it hard keeping it so hardcore?
Yeah, my 5-year-old asked me today, Daddy, what does phooey mean? I was like,
what did you tell him?
Maybe that's been underused. I think we should try to bring that back. No more of this on fleek, off the chain, whatever.
What do you say to that?
Phooey.
Oh man, yeah, he's got an 87-year-old babysitter, I guess.
Yeah, I told him that's it's just a real short way of saying I don't like that.
That's pretty good.
That's a good way of putting it.
What's the one? What's the older one? It's like it's some number skidoo. 69 skidoo,
No, there's
39 skidoo,
I think
28 skidoo.
there is a skidoo. There is a number skidoo, but isn't it like a band?
No, it's a 19, like it's a pre-World War One, like I'm gonna get the hell out of here. I'm gonna 69 skidoo.
20. I believe it's 23.
23
skidoo. Yeah, I'm gonna 23 skidoo on
And-
this.
And I think there is
literally 1/3 of your estimate. But if you want to skidoo a 69, go for it.
I'm gonna
also
get
a band.
toe up
I'm
in my
not wrong.
69.
They're
I
also
did
a band.
skidoo
69
anything.
on a skidoo once.
Yeah.
That was
Okay.
So
All right,
anyway.
I'm getting back to it. I don't know how this happened, Sam.
This is a long-winded way of
Sam.
saying, welcome back to the Dungeon Dads
Welcome back to
podcast.
the Dungeon Dads podcast.
Booey.
Yeah. So we ended last time with Abel still having 2 levels of exhaustion and like passing the F out. Filnyr has brought his sister in on a ring of spell storing scheme that originally was going to cost 11,000 gold, and she was like, nah, I got you, bro. 1,000 gold. Just give me that 1,000 gold. And so she had to actually take that 1,000 gold, by the way.
Gasp.
Yeah. So who is going to be the treasurer of your party?
I mean, Ionus holds the purse, quite
I've got the
literally.
purse.
Okay. So we're going to start clean slate right now, 43,000 gold. And so go ahead and take off 1,000 for Florin's mess. And what we'll do is we'll come back to this about once a month. So keep this separate from the gold that's in your purse. This will be Lake and Hearth gold, and once per game month it will be payday. And
So, like in season 6, we'll come back to this amount.
no, I promise you, this season's gonna have some time is gonna fly. Especially the first 10 episodes here, I think.
These are not words we've been from strangers from before. I'm just saying.
Yes, I know, but this time I mean it.
Probably gonna be a real short season too. Probably just like 10 episodes.
10, 15 episodes.
We're gonna go to
definitely get out of here by 65.
The short format writing.
That's right. So the other thing is Ionus has gone to sleep, and he has he's been skulking around, and I'm going to say, Abel, if you roll on a d20 higher than a 19, 19 or 20, so you have a 10% chance of accidentally waking up when Ionus gets up in the middle of the night.
All right, let's see here.
You have disadvantage, you're super tired.
16.
All right. So Ionus, let me know what you do.
I'm going to wake up with the start, and I'm going to start going through everybody's bags.
What are you looking for?
I'm going to find the potion of clairvoyance.
Who has that?
Checking.
One of us has it.
Probably not me.
It ain't me.
Then it's me.
You search through your own
searching
bag.
through
Yeah, I
your
searched
own
through
bag.
my
I'm taking an inventory.
This is like college. I'm searching through my own sack tonight.
I'm taking an inventory of what we've got, and I find that, and then I head out.
Okay. All right. And as per always, the ever watchful eye of Florin Gershon sort of falls upon you as soon as you leave the windmill, and he is outside, and he has this long thing in his mouth that smells like bulla, the sort of coffee-ish drink of the Brine Valley, but he's burning it. And as he's burning it, he's sucking it, and then he is letting the flames go under his face, and he's breathing it in. And you can see as he breathes it in, his eyes go kind of red. And he looks up and he says, "Where are you going, man?"
Florin, this is what we were talking about earlier. I'm going to make a trek to the bramble wall. I'm glad to see you. I figured maybe you'd want to come with me.
What are we gonna do there, man?
Well, first of all, what on earth are you doing?
Come here, let me show you. Come here. So hold your breath for a second, and I'm gonna blow this in your face. And when I blow it in your face, and I say breathe, you breathe real hard. Okay, are you ready? And he sucks it up into his mouth, and it's just like really smoky. It's really weird. And he blows it in your face. He's now breathe. And as you breathe it in, the world becomes a little bit brighter, and your eyes sort of hurt for a second, and they sort of itch, and then you notice that like around the torch light at the tower to the south, it's almost blinding you, and you now have dark vision for the next hour out to 120 feet. And he says, I've been messing around with this. I actually have there's a book in there that just, it felt like magic, and I thought I'd like wrap it up in the bula and then burn it and see what happened. And it's incredible.
That's true. This is amazing.
Yeah. I'll teach you how to do it sometime, but it just requires any bit of magic and some bula. It's crazy.
All right. Well, I'm sure this doesn't last forever. Hop on my back, and I'm going to cast polymorph and turn into a giant eagle.
He says, we're flying?
Ah!
God damn it. And he casts polymorph on himself and becomes
motherfucker.
A much larger giant eagle.
Son of a bitch.
Just to be a little less obvious.
I see him, and I start kicking at him with my talons.
All right, you guys take off, I guess.
Yeah, and we have Saber. We have Saber going with us.
Motherfucker,
Or,
this
actually,
is why
it's actually Talon who's going with us.
This is why you changed Saber into an owl, I guess, huh?
This is why I changed Saber into an owl. Yes.
Okay. All right.
So we take off, and what I want to do is I want to find a safe-ish place that's not right next to the bramble wall, but close to it. As I've read up on the spell clairvoyance, I have a mile that I can use.
So how? Okay, let me ask you this.
Mm-hmm.
How close to the ground are you going to fly? Florin will just be flying right next to you. And then how far away do you want to start looking for a place? You're going to stop about a mile away. Is that the idea?
No. I think a half mile from the bramble wall is where I'm going to start looking for a place. We're going to be flying high in the sky.
So there's still trees there. But I can say that if you're flying high enough, and you now with the eagle, you have really good dark vision, right?
Yeah.
So you can see that moonlight comes down into the forest, and you pass, and you can see the blue light from the tower that's next to the tree that you guys brought up.
Mm-hmm.
And that is through your eagle eyes. You can see that you've had this vision before as yourself, but you now see that it is just clearly a tentacle that's sticking up in the air and sort of waving around in the space of the tower. And as you with your eagle eyes on, you see that the tip of the tentacle is actually shining blue light, almost like a searchlight, into the forest around it. And the thing that you notice about it that you never would have noticed before is that it has a pattern that it's sort of scanning around through the forest. But up ahead of you, about half a mile, you see that there is just a complete darkness that your eagle eyes can't penetrate, and you know that to be the space of the bramble wall.
Okay. So I'm going to find a spot of land away from where the tentacle is looking. I don't want to fall into that light at all. But I'm going to make a mental note of what's going on there. I want to land and transform back into myself, and I'm going to send Saber into the bramble wall area.
Okay. So he goes away. Florn lands next to you and remains in eagle form, and you hear in your mind from Florn, "Can you hear me? Just nod. Yes."
I go, "Oh, yes." I just nod, staring at him.
The eagle just looks you square in the eye, and just you hear in your brain, "Ah, sweet." And Saber, talon formed, flies off, and when she gets about 100 feet away from you, you no longer have a sense of her even being alive, but you sort of you can see her as she heads in, and you still have the dark vision from the Bula.
So before she gets away from me, I just make a mental command to find Schnobik.
Okay.
And then I'll just tell Florn, I'll just say, this is what I need you for. I'm going to every now and then be communicating with Saber Talon now, and I am also going to be incapacitated for a moment, and I just need you to take a long scan around us, and if anything comes after us, I need you to wake me up so that we can get out of here.
Got it, boss. And he takes off and starts to fly high above you in circles.
All right. So I'm gonna wait. I guess I'll wait about half an hour, and then see and see if Saber comes back.
Saber has not come back.
All right, I'm gonna wait another half hour.
And Florn flies down and lands next to you and becomes himself again. And Saber is not back.
Can I sense if anything has happened to him?
That's not really. No. You could dismiss him and bring him back.
Right.
In front of you, back into the pocket dimension.
Even from that far away?
Yeah. Same plane. You can dismiss him anytime. He could be on a different plane. You could dismiss him.
Right.
And then bring him back.
Okay. I'm going to dismiss him and bring him back after an hour.
All right. So he comes back, and I'm assuming you're gonna want to get his visions.
Yeah. Yep.
So he flew into the darkness. He cleared the bramble wall, and then it's just bright light and nothing but bright light. Period.
So he was just blinded?
It doesn't.
It was so bright he couldn't tell what else was there. It was just bright.
It doesn't feel like that to you. Give me a perception check.
All right, perception.
It sounds a lot like Contact, Tom.
Yeah, right.
It's just snow, but there's hours of
it. My perception was a 7.
Yeah, so I can't give you any like very particular details, except to say that it's literally as soon as he cleared the space of the bramble wall, like it's like white, clear, not like nothing.
And so like he couldn't hear. He couldn't even hear anything.
He didn't hear anything. There's nothing there, but the images that he can give you is nothing but bright light and silence.
Damn it.
What's up, man? What'd she tell you?
There's nothing but bright light and silence in there. I have no idea what's going on.
No, man. That's not what I get.
What are you getting?
He sort of closes his eyes and he touches Saber, and he starts to cast something, and he says, "Can I just do this? Like, can I take a long time to do this?"
That's fine. I'll guard you as well.
All right. And he says, he's like touching her, you can tell that he's doing the identify spell. And
Nice.
and he says, "Oh man, she's got some kind of enchantment on her."
Something happened to her.
You could just look at her, little eyes. I know you're not used to having a bird with you, but something's wrong with her.
All right, I'm gonna do an investigation check on Saber. It's a 19.
So you don't know enough. So I mean, tell me, what are you looking at? What are you looking for?
I'm gonna look at her eyes. I'm gonna look at I want to see if Talon is lucid, or looking off in the distance. If she seems glamored.
Yeah, something's up with her. With a 19, you don't know enough about birds to know what her eyes should look like. If this was Mongoose Saber, you get a sense that you might have a little bit more knowledge, but just you haven't engaged with Talon that much. And Thorn just says, man, I'm telling you, it's definitely some kind of enchantment.
All right. And I sit down, cross my legs, and I say, I'm going to need about 10 minutes. And I'm going to envision the hole that was in the ground and the area that we stayed in when we were inside the wall, and I'm going to drink the potion.
Okay. So remind us what clairvoyance actually does.
So
it creates a sensor somewhere, yeah?
It creates a sensor in an area I have within a mile that of an area that I'm familiar with. Or if it's an area that I'm not familiar with, it's like behind a door or something like that.
Got it. So you're in the Adaran estate inside the bramble wall. And you see two figures in the bed where you slept when you were there last.
Do I recognize them?
So you have to choose. So you're choosing sight right now, right? So sight, they're sort of lumps, but you can tell that they're moving around and awake.
Okay. I will switch it to hearing. I can take an action and switch to hearing.
Yeah. Yes, I agree. I agree, my love. Well, I am certain we can do it. We have the dwarves now, and we might as well push it. The octopus god doesn't control all things. Let's continue on the light well, my love. I agree. And one of these voices is Schnobix, and the other is a woman you don't recognize.
And switching back to sight and focusing on the woman.
You watch for a bit. The lumps in the bed. She's definitely covered up. Very, very fair skin. And at last, give me a perception check.
Oy. All right, I'm going to use the luck point.
Okay.
That was an 8. I'm going to use the luck point.
Okay.
Shit, that's a 4. And I'm not going to use any more luck points because
okay,
I'm rolling like ass right now.
You're just before the eye flickers out from your clairvoyance, you catch the faintest glimmer of glowing red from the eyes of the woman in bed with Schnobik. Hey man, we got to get out of here.
What?
You smell that? Do you smell that? Hey, wait, get out. We got to get out of here. You smell it?
What? No. What am I smelling? What's happening?
Death. It's death.
All right. Same trick as before. And I polymorph in the eagle and I begin heading back to...
He jumps up onto your back. I can only do it once!
and we head back to...
okay.
Head back to Lake and Hearth.
Okay. So, Filnyr, give me a perception check.
You got it. That's Abel, sorry. Perception. 16.
Okay. So you hear Ionus like crashing back into the building, and you hear Florn say, "Hey man, I don't think I like that. I don't think we should be doing that stuff no more. I I'm telling you, that was so much undeath I was smelling, so much undeath, like it was they were looking for us."
All right. I understand. It was a little risky, but look, we're here. We're fine. It's fine.
Yeah, but I can't throw fireballs like you can throw them. I'm really good at taking one guy down.
That's okay.
Not
You take
not a
one.
not a whole army of like zombies or something.
It's fine. I got us out of there. They can't fly. All right. Just calm yourself. Thank you for helping me. Thank you.
So you hear all that, Filnyr.
Oh, Filnyr.
Ionus, I don't mean to be rude, but might I ask where you've been?
I was just out on an excursion with Florn. Nothing to concern yourself with.
An excursion to undeath.
Oh, you heard that, did you?
Now's not the time to start keeping secrets, Ionus. If you need help,
And Abel,
I'm on
you
your
have
team.
you're awake now as well.
I always wake up.
I really don't know what to say. I know we have a lot to do. I know that there's a lot at stake. But over the last few weeks, and especially since our run-in with Ehi, all I can think about is my brother. I went to check on him.
Did you find him?
I did.
Did he see you? Did you speak to him?
No. I took the potion of clairvoyance that we had, and I flew out there, and Florn guarded me while I spied.
Well, did you learn anything important? Anything that could help?
I'm not sure. I sent Saber in, and there's a Saber here. I turned Saber into an owl, and we're trying new things. But the minute he went in there, he was glamored in some way, and that didn't help. So I then found Schnobik, and he appears to be in some relationship with a fair-skinned someone with red eyes. Perhaps that was Bezlith. I don't know.
Remind me what your poem says. The words from Ehi. There was something about Schnobik there, was there not?
It said that Schnobik was invincible when wielding the blade.
But there was something more about the blade. Is it charneled?
That's what it said. It's more confusing. I thought maybe it meant that Bezlith was a blade.
Perhaps she is in a blade.
But then who's the woman that he was with? I just...
Well, it wouldn't be the first time that we've seen someone come out of a blade.
In a form that we could physically interact with? They were in bed.
Did he seem like he wanted to be rescued from the bed with the woman?
Abel,
did he need protection?
Sometimes people don't understand what's good for them. Sometimes this is not him. He went to kill this person, and now he's under her thrall, and apparently in bed with her.
Ionus, I don't need. I do not mean to question you, or perhaps I do, but to play devil's advocate for a moment. The last time you saw Schnobik was as you left Monterre, was it not?
Schnobik as he was, yes.
And then it was some 2 years before you came out of the portal, and a lot had changed, including Schnobik's status, and there's no way to know for certain what he went through. I know you knew Schnobik, certainly better than any of us, but if he does not want to be rescued, I don't know how he will receive you trying to rescue him.
I do not well.
I was trying to be diplomatic, Abel, but
we're
yes.
not saying he doesn't need to be rescued. We're not saying there's nothing wrong here. We're just saying it's more complicated rescuing somebody who doesn't want to be rescued. And all we know of Schnobik right now is he doesn't want to be rescued. Doesn't mean we shouldn't do it. Just means it's going to be harder.
I understand this, and if we have more information, then maybe that makes it easier for us to come up with a plan. Do you understand what you two are telling me?
I have information. There's a lot of undeath around the bramble wall.
That's not a surprise. We've been there.
He himself is undeath. Apparently he's a vampire now. But if we are to do what we need to do, that puts us at odds with my brother.
Florn's
You do understand this.
Gapes open when you say that your brother is a vampire.
Ionus, there may be a reality in which we are at odds with your brother, as much as you want to save him. And I would do anything to help you save him. Don't misunderstand. But there is a possibility that there is no saving to be done. I'm happy to explore the options. But just because you want something doesn't make it possible.
Well, let me ask a question that also might be of immediate relevance. Did he seem like he was in immediate danger in bed with this woman?
At the moment, no.
Okay, that's good news, right? That's good news.
Were they speaking of anything that would be important to us? Anything that might shed light on this situation? Or were they pillow talking?
They wanted to move forward. I think they
with the pillow
trying to move forward with Ehai's plan.
So they are trying to flood the valley. If we understand Ehai's plan.
I just don't understand.
Flood the valley. Wait, what? You guys gonna have to catch me up. Flood the valley?
Florn. When we went to the bottom of the lake, we went down a distance I could not tell you how far. We ended up in a dome that was inhabited by Ehai herself, and she spoke to us. She told me to warn you and all the Lakenhearthers that Lakenhearth must move up 20 feet in order to keep it safe, to keep it dry.
Shit! And he runs out into the...
Wait.
He runs out. He's gone. And like, it doesn't seem like he's gone any amount of time, and he runs back in, and he's got a stack of books, and he says, Dome. You were in a dome at the bottom of the lake.
Yes.
And you see him start to flip through these books, and he's not reading them. He's just sort of touching the pages. And he says, nope. And he touches the next book, Nope. He touches the next book. Uh, this is it. And he flips it down and he says, this is the book. I knew I'd read about something somewhere. The Song God's temple is under the lake. Here, take it. Take this book. And he hands it to you guys, and the title of this book is The Song God Temple.
S-U-N?
S-O-N-G.
Okay, song.
Song God Temple. He says it's so weird. He says there's another one here. It seems to it's written by the same person. A Monteran long before the kingdom. Where is it? And he opens up his haversack, and he said, here it is. And it says, this one's the building of the Trip God Temple. He says, here it is, the Trip God Temple. And he hands you another book.
We've been there as well.
Flawn, this is... First of all, I'm amazed at the information you've been able to gather.
Yeah, it's a trick. It's not real.
We'll speak on it later. I want to look through the Song God Temple book, if I may, Filnyr.
Of course you do. You just love those books, don't you?
Be my guest.
So here's the bad news. It's written in Undercommon. and Florence says it's this weird thing where I don't understand everything that's inside these books, but if I concentrate on a couple of books at a time, I have all the knowledge, and I just lose it when I move on to another one. You can ask me any question. I have it. I have it in my head right now. I have it. If you want to ask me any question, but I can't just tell you what you want to know because I don't know what it is that's here. But if you ask me, I can like, it's almost like I'm a contents dictionary.
I'm not sure what we're meant to ask. You were the one who ran off in a huff when I mentioned the dome.
The thing that I remembered is that there was a dome, and that other people had gone there for wishes, and I always thought this was the wish spell that everybody was talking about. That somehow it was giving out the wish spell, and now I think it's not. That's not what it was, and I've been studying it to see if I could figure out how to cast it, because you know how I cast. And he looks over at Ionus. He says, "I don't need instructions," is what I'm saying.
Did you guys get wishes?
Wishes from Ehai?
And in the dome.
They were advertised as wishes, but I don't believe I got what I wanted at all.
I did not know what to ask for. In the moment, I panicked.
That makes me feel so much better.
Flawn, you said the Song God Temple is the dome? You said it's under the lake?
It's not under the big lake. It's under a lake northeast of us. I don't know where it is, but it sounds like the same thing.
Can you tell us what the Song God Temple is?
So he flips the book and he starts flipping, and there's a drawing in the book, an illustration, and he sort of opens the page and it sort of folds out into like a 3 foot by 5 foot folded creased map, and you see that it's got in the bottom, it's got just a very plain looking dome, and then it's got a central, like almost like an eyeball that it looks, you could sort of see that this could be the thing that you were standing on. And then it has these bones coming down from the dome in a sort of long snake-like pattern, like there's 8 of them coming down from it, and above it the sort of is like a constellation of things on it, and there's there's undercommon written with arrows pointing back and forth between various points on this constellation map, and he says, y'all see something like this when you were there?
Not quite like that.
Yeah,
But kind of like that.
it's
Tom, does it look like what we looked at?
it looks like if someone asked you and you were a great artist to draw something to draw the thing that you saw and make sense of the 2D world, like you could imagine someone doing this from that. It's not like a photorealistic version, but it could easily be a metaphor for what you saw.
Yeah. Flon, we saw that perhaps could be a representation of what we saw. I, in fact, saw you move from the lake where the battle was at the tower at Water's End, and then appear out of the chest in Lakenhearth. So if that is meant to connect points of
Where?
the contrails,
Where? Show me. Can you see on this map where it was?
is there a roll I can do to see if I can identify it
Yeah,
on the map?
yeah. I'll give you perception.
Just say yes, it's right here.
Yes.
Yeah, give it perception.
Okay, I got a 16 again.
Okay, so in fact, you see a small drawing.
Oh, sorry, no, 21. I didn't scroll down far enough. 21.
Yeah, so you see a small drawing in about the right spot, and if you point to it, Florin looks at it and says, "This says Leomund on it, and this over here says Leomund on it, and this over here says Leomund on it.
Leomund.
Leomund.
The wizard that created the tiny hut spell.
Yeah, I think so. And the chest spell. And other spells too.
Leomund's traveling chest.
I think maybe so. I don't know. I mean, it's weird. It looks like there's 4 of these things over here on this map. Where'd you get that chest?
As I said, my family had it. Mr. Percy gave it to me.
Damn. And he points over someplace else. And he says, this over here, I don't know if you can see this over here. This looks like the way they used to draw the mountain. The Monterre Mountain. And I don't know what this means. And he starts to sound out. He says, Arrow Bailly. Right here on the mountain.
Yes.
And he traces his finger along. He says, this is another one here. Toan Deka. Toan Deka.
Tawandika.
It's right near the Song God Temple. Toan
Tundik.
Well, now, I guess it could be.
Tondick. Yes, Tundik.
Yeah, I guess it could be.
Well, we've been there, done that, haven't we?
Don't worry, Florin. It's just a metaphor.
I wasn't worried.
Gentlemen, as I was heading to the Bramble Wall, I noticed that the towers were all actually tentacles. I polymorphed myself into an eagle, and Florin gave me dark vision for a moment. Anyway, I could see things differently, and these appeared to be tentacles. Is there a correlation?
Did you take anything else that would maybe make you see things differently.
It was just some smoke that allowed me to have some dark vision.
Flawn,
I look at Florin.
can
He
you
kind of
speak
holds
to
his
this?
hands up, and he's like, I was experimenting. I could have been anything, I guess. But we could see in the dark. That's true.
And were there other effects?
I felt like I could hear. I feel like I could hear color.
Yeah.
Listen, just
Color.
we were enhanced. All right, we were enhanced.
Enhance. Enhance.
We were enhanced for a brief moment. That's beside the point. I
Are
saw.
you saying some of your senses were dulled, but others were heightened?
Yes. But the tower was a tentacle, and there was light coming from the top of the tentacle. Looked like it was looking for something. My question is, if these are indeed,
Jonas's eyes are red as well right now, still too. Just so you know.
if these
possession?
are
Like
indeed
possession eyes, Tom, or like just red, like they've been rubbed.
Like they've been rubbed, but also they have a slight glow to them.
Yeah, I
And
mean,
then-
Filnyr knows from red eyes. Right?
Yeah, he does.
That's why I'm asking.
And Florin claps Abel on the back and goes, "We were eagles, both of us, soaring through the sky."
I'm too old for this. I may need to go back to bed.
look. Okay, I
I'm
understand.
glad you
that-
boys had a good time.
I understand
But,
that this sounds crazy.
Let me say let me ask you something here. Is there anything you got to tell us right now that can't wait till morning? Anything we
suppose-
got to do right now?
I suppose it could wait. Just my brain is going a million miles a minute right now, and I'm just trying to figure
Hey, you know
everything out.
what? Write it down. Write it down, and then in the morning read it. And if it still feels like something you should tell us, then go ahead and tell us.
Are you sure? Because it really was. It was really an amazing thing that I saw, and I.
It'll help you structure your thoughts. And I'm not too thrilled with you gallivanting off. You're the leader of this whole outfit here now, and you can't be taking so many risks like that. But I understand your brother's sort of a special case, and well, I'm sorry we sort of sprung on you like parents after you were sneaking in from the late night at the tavern or something. But hell, I'm going back to bed.
Yes, yes.
I'm still so tired.
I suppose that's I suppose that is best.
Hey,
I
maybe you should sleep. Never mind.
I
I ain't getting more involved than I already am.
I shall retire myself, and I do apologize for my.
Write it down, though. Write it down. And see what it sounds like in the morning.
All right, I shall.
All right. So in the morning, you get word from the armorer that he's going to need 2 or 3 more days for Walter Faust's armor get to be ready for Abel, and Florin suggests you don't make a move on the mine until you read these books, and he gives you 6 books, Jonas, and then Filnyr, he says, I'm hoping that thing you were trying to buy is going to be back by then. Galwini has been gone since right after you talked to that guy in Adair. And my scouts haven't sent word back to me, but I think she went to Breentown. I think we should hold tight.
Galwini knows how to take care of herself.
Yeah, let's hold tight. I think you guys should hold tight until they get back. And Felipe is spending his days training a couple of young gnome-looking people who are humans who clearly are having a difficult time adjusting their small size in and firing a bow. So he has helped them sculpt a short bows for themselves. And you also see that he has now 9 of these little daggers, and somehow he's been outfitted with studded leather. And the daggers that he has have like a little hammer on the end of them, and he's calling them axe daggers. And so that's how he's spending these last few down days. Um, uh, Abel, I'll give you your the end of your you'll each have 2 down day activities. You can let me know, but Abel, one of them is going to be recovery, and then the other 2 you can just sort of let me know before we take off.
Hmm.
You do have 6 books, and each one of these is going to take a full day to read.
Well, I'm definitely doing those. The first day that we wake up, I'm gonna read those 2 letters that Clea gave me.
Okay, you're going to read them without delivering them.
Yeah, well, one was for me, and the other one was supposed to be delivered.
Okay, so the one for you says, literally anything you ever want from me, just come after the store closes.
All right, I slide that one into my pocket.
And the other one is addressed to Crispin the Decent.
Mm-hmm.
And this one says, Crispin, after your uncle died, Florin Gershon took over. He was just 12 years old, and he has grown into quite a decent leader. But your family is the one who should be in charge. Things are going to hell, and we need someone who's more martial than he is. He is a child, and he's playing with magic. Instead of keeping magic outlawed, he's allowed it to flourish, and has even invited the carrier of this letter to set up shop and become the liege of this town. I quite like the carrier of this letter. I think we should definitely still make common cause with him, but I worry what will come to us if we become a town of magic. Yours always, cousin Clea.
All right, was there a seal on it when I opened it?
There was
an insignia or something?
wax. Yeah, it was a wax seal. It had just a C in it that she had done with her fingernails.
Okay. I'm going to eventually, when Abel's up to it, I'm gonna fold it back, put it in the envelope, and then I'm gonna see if Abel will cast mending on the seal, and then I'll deliver it later.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna read a book.
You're gonna read a book. Okay. Here are your options.
Mm-hmm.
Florin seemed doing his little number there on the books. He seemed to think that these 6 books might help you with the mine.
Okay.
One of them is maps and geography of the surroundings of Lake and Hearth, written 35 years before. The next one is a history of the great monsters of the Brine Valley. Another one seems out of place, but is the history of great weapons from the Moonbrook Elves.
Okay.
And then the last 3 are all written by the same writer, and they're part 1 through 3 of a history of the Great War.
Okay. I'm gonna look through the Great Monsters book.
All right. So this will take a full day for you to read this thing, and I am going to let you roll an investigation check, a history check, and a arcana check.
Okay. Investigation 20.
Okay.
History 19.
Oh, okay.
Nice. And you said Arcana 27.
Okay. You have identified what you believe based on just the hearsay from Florn about the creature that has taken over Dagmoon's mine.
Okay.
There have actually been 2 great mind flayer illithid sorcerers in the Brine Valley in the last 400 years, and one of them has made some kind of unholy pact and has achieved undeath in a odd way. It is no longer living; it is undead, and the book references it as Brink.
Brink.
And it doesn't have a lot about what Brink wants or what Brink knows, but it makes very clear that Brink has the ability to control people's minds.
Okay.
And he often travels, or he did, with an undead drow priestess.
Wonderful. As I'm doing that, I am attuning to my ring of mind shielding.
Okay. So that's the investigation and the history check. The arcana check
Mm-hmm.
is going to I can give you, and you will know this to be true, I will give you 2 details of your asking about either Brink or his priestess. You can ask me anything about it, and I will decide if that arcana check is going to give it to you.
2 details. So can I get 1 detail of each, or just
You
2
can get
details?
one.
Pick one.
You can get 1 detail of each. Yep.
Okay. 1 detail about Brink. Are his psionic abilities considered magical?
So, I didn't tell you anything about psionic abilities. I only told you that he has a a penchant for taking over the minds of his enemies.
Okay. I was
Um,
only because the book said illithid. I just figured I would know that there was psionics involved.
yeah. So, let me ask you this: what is behind your question? Is this a mechanics question of whether they can be counterspelled?
Yeah, would I know that this tugs on the weave or not?
So, with your 27 in Arcana, I can tell you that you're pretty certain this guy has some kind of ability to stun his opponents,
Mm-hmm.
and that does not tug on the weave.
Okay.
But he is also one who, I mean, it goes on and on about how much he loves books
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and how he has gained his true power from the power of other wizards' books.
Okay. And then a drow priestess. Does priestess mean divine power?
It means divine power, yes. And she casts divine spells.
Okay.
All right, Abel, do you have a downtime activity or a book that you would like to read?
So I want to devote time to sort of setting up a network of intelligence and diplomacy for
Okay.
Lake and Hearth.
Okay.
So I'm not sure how many people we have at our disposal in our army, but like would like to send people to surrounding villages, would like to send people to those villages that were downstream of the dam, right?
All right.
Maybe some people to check out Lakeshire and see what the situation is going on there. Reach
So you
out to
have,
people who would be, sort of natural allies to us. The owl would,
yep.
talk to Felipe Madamba.
So here's what I'll do.
Mhm.
I will give you a, I guess, persuasion check will be, no, I'm going to give you a stealth check.
Fuck,
No,
man.
I'll give you a persuasion check in a moment. I'll give you a persuasion check
Okay.
in a moment, but I'm going to give you a stealth check first, and the stealth check is going to be determining who in town will be able to be sort of safest in this collection of information. So you do not have to. You can use a wisdom stealth check.
Okay.
So you do not have your negative from Dex. You will have a
Okay.
bonus from wisdom. So that will be a wisdom check if you don't have.
You want me to just
proficiency
roll
in-
it straight wisdom? Okay.
Just roll a straight wisdom.
11.
All right. So now you have identified that there are maybe 8 or as low as 1 person who you think really fits the bill. I'm going to have you roll
Now,
a
is this
D8.
for diplomacy or for stealth or for both?
This
Because
is
they're sort of two different classes of task that I'm interested
these are agents that you think are loyal enough to you
in. Mhm.
and could do these tasks. So here's what I'm going to
Okay.
give you a D8 to
Rolo.
determine how many people there are.
Is he still around?
Rolo's still around. Rolo would be great. You know Rolo could do this because I'll give you a D8 plus 1.
All right.
All right.
Okay, here we go. D8. 7.
So you find 8 people who you think in 4 and
Could
4
serve as scouts, or diplomats, or both.
Diplomats, yeah. And then let me know, like, you'll have to spend another day with them to sort of
Mhm.
catch them up on the right way to do this, but they are good learners. And you can send them wherever you want to, and we'll make sure that they are that they go in the right direction that for their particular talents. Like Rolo probably go to the Owlwood, for instance.
Yeah.
Okay, Filnyr, how about you?
I think given the, I mean, you tell me how much time. I guess we're just waiting on Galwinia to come back for the ring. But normally,
I'll tell you, it's 3 days, so you have 1 day each, and some of these tasks take more than a day. So Abel's training a intelligence network is going to take all 3 days.
Right.
And recovery for him.
Given what Florn just offered us with the books, I feel like Filnyr's curiosity is piqued with the names of the temples. I feel like he's pulled out the floor scroll and realized that Song God is another one of the, sort of word formations that you can find on the floor scroll.
Yep.
So I feel like he's going to start cross-checking possible things with the book that's there to the extent that he can, or with Florn's help.
Florn will help you, and
okay.
Here's what we'll do. You'll give you advantage with Florn's help, and I think it's going to just be straight perception on this.
Okay.
And so we'll do give me a D4.
Okay.
First.
3.
All right, 3. I will give you 3 perception checks in your studying of this map, and I will give you legit actual places for every. What is your bonus on perception?
+5.
+5. So it's going to be hard. It's a DC 20 to be certain, and a DC 15 is a maybe.
Okay.
And I'm just going to roll.
Said,
I'll just flip a coin to decide if it's true or not when I give you something.
And you say this is with advantage, yeah?
Perception with advantage, DC 20 is what you're looking for.
Okay. Let's go. 24.
All right, that's 1. Give me another one.
All right. 9 on the second one. 12 on the third one.
Okay. So
it's a lot of what my kids are doing these days. Let's go, and then
let's go. All right. So, remind me of the ones that you already think you know.
Okay, so Song God, obviously, we just talked about. Arrowby, we just talked about. Seafoam, Lakeshire Tavern. Ban Many,
Mhm.
I'm not sure where I confirmed that, but I have that in my list as going to Kegaset Heights. in the
Yep, that was
Gilbraine
from Abel's
Wilds.
poem. Yep.
Trip God to Robert's Gift, and Tundik, now the now defunct,
Now the gone
no longer
Tundik.
erect
Yeah.
Tundik.
Okay. And you got Song God. That
Yep.
will be confirmed.
Okay.
And I am going to. You're gonna be flipping through this book for confirmation on all these things, and I am gonna give you. You can choose one of these: a tower in a dare, a temple in the Owlwood, a private study in a private library in Hark City. Those are the only ones I'm willing to give.
I'd take the Owlwood.
The Owlwood is accessed by Bird Inc.
Okay.
Like, birds are writing, or are they forming LLCs?
So because Florin was helping you with this,
There's no C at the last column there, Sam. So we're good.
Okay.
so Florin is going about this a completely different way, and he is actually writing down like all of these possible titles once you explain to him what the scroll does.
Yeah, I've got some other ideas too that I wrote down, but I wasn't sure how you were going to do this.
And so he's looking through, and then he holds his hand on the book and he's like, all right, I got it. And he writes down in circles twice, Hero Inc.
That was one I had written down.
And he says, this doesn't appear anywhere in the book. Perfect. And he sniffs the scroll and he scratches on the top of it a little bit, and some of the ink comes off from the circles and the bolded sea foam that you have that's on there. And he takes that in his hand and he rolls it between his thumb and his two fingers, and then he begins to cast a spell. And on the floor, a teleportation circle appears, and he says, "Padaha! Hero Inc. Lake and Hearth."
That's ours?
Well, it's only going to last 10 minutes. But I think I can create this teleportation circle when it's needed, and you can come back here using this scroll. I think this scroll, think of it like a wand. And it only has so many uses. But when you use it, you can go to the right teleportation circle. And if you can find things that are not used by another one, you can create a new circle and you can access it with this wand. Try it. Go stand outside. Don't even worry about it. I'm sure it's fine. Here, I'll do it. And he grabs a scroll. Are you going to let him have it?
No.
Okay. You can't. Yeah, he can't get it. He can't get. Just try it.
Flon, I should warn you, last time we opened a portal, there were combatants ready and waiting on the other end that we nearly couldn't handle.
But look at the circle right here. This I know it's undercommon, but look, this says Hero Inc. Right here. It's the right
runes
runes.
say that?
Yeah, they do.
Okay. Well, that does line up with what we've seen thus far.
I only have 10 more minutes. It's gonna fade fast. We gotta do this. I can't cast another 5th level spell for a whole day.
We have not tried coming in and out of the same portal. Is that what you're suggesting?
Go outside and do the thing that you normally do with it, and then see if you can just come here. I'm sure it'll be fine.
Ionus. I'll run off and find. Can I find Ionus in 10 minutes?
Yeah, I mean he's in there with you, I bet, or maybe he's in Florin's library.
Yeah, I'm
Okay,
down there reading books.
I'll run and find him. Let's say it takes like 8 minutes just to
Okay.
add some,
All right.
some drama.
All right.
Ionis,
Oh,
we
yes?
are trying to set up a portal in here in Lakenhearth. Would you do me a favor? Would you scratch the portal with your little finger, and the words Hero Inc. HEROINK.
Hero Inc. Oh yeah, yes. I see
Oh
it,
shit!
yeah.
I don't know which K it is. I don't know if it matters.
Well, I'll just give it a
Shit,
shot.
shit,
We'll
shit.
see what happens. We'll just go from here and see if we'll go into the other room. Here we are, and I scratch the word.
Okay. Tell me which K you use.
Shit! I don't know why I even said that out
Yeah.
loud.
the one up top or the one down low?
I am using the one up top.
Okay. And so you do it.
Does anything happen?
Yeah, what happens?
Yeah. You see the inside of a windmill.
All right, Filnyr, after you.
Here goes nothing, and I'll jump through.
And Florin goes, I told you! You doubted me! I knew you doubted me! I can't believe you actually tried it, though, because I wouldn't have gone through. Oh, my God! We could have destroyed that thing! Filnyr, man, you got to be careful with these things. These are magic
Wait,
items.
Flown, I need you to confirm that you're actually you. Do you know what a 23 skidoo is?
Get the hell out of
And
here.
then I'll jump back. Can I jump back through the portal?
Yeah, it's open,
Does it work?
yeah.
Will it work that way? Go back to Jonas?
Because Ionus is not there, right?
Yeah,
he's still on the other
I'm
side.
watching them from the other side. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm going to say that and then jump out before he can answer. Because that's what a 23 skidoo is, people. Get it?
That's it. You got it. And you got out.
He jumps through, and I close the portal right behind him. It's just this big
It worked.
exit moment.
Ionis,
Oh,
Ionis,
you,
it worked.
you found another one. This is amazing, Filnyr.
Yes.
Well done.
Yes. So we've got 2 more now. I'm compiling a list.
All right. I was thinking about what I was saying last night, and I wrote it down. I saw tentacles, right? Do you think that means that there are only 8 of these?
That does make sense. That is sound logic. I have an idea. Perhaps tonight, if Abel is up for it, we should walk up to the tree with our ladybone lenders and perhaps take a closer look at the tower that you can see from there.
We're going to walk to the tree with the dead people?
They did not bother us before.
Oh, Filnyr. All right. Well, yes.
We do not need to go there, per se. We
Well,
could
I am
simply
curious.
find a vantage of another tower, but
Oh, that reminds me. There's someone here in town that has taken something from the tree.
aside from me, okay, who else is here?
Aside from you and me, and Abel. But there's someone from this town who has taken something from the tree. Florin knows who it is.
Let's walk back inside the door, not take a portal.
Florin is just beside himself. He's
Florin,
looking
did you
at these
learn?
maps.
Did you learn what a 23 skidoo is? I just demonstrated it for you.
It's getting the hell out of here.
Yes, making a quick, opportune exit without telling anyone. Sort of an Irish goodbye, if you will.
I don't know what that means, but I like it.
Florin, well done. Well done. You created a teleportation circle?
Yeah, I've been working on this, and it takes a lot out of me, though. I've got to be honest with you. You know how you can scratch in the book that I gave you, and you can write messages to me.
Yes.
When you write a message in there, I hear like a bell go off in my head, and this is my plan for you. If you're out and you need it, just write in the book, got to get home or something like that. And I can read that book and I'll make the teleportation circle wherever I am.
Well, that's an excellent plan. Thank you, Florin.
But I will tell you, when I was looking at that scroll, it looks like you only get to use it once a day.
Ah. All right, I did not know that. Thank you for that bit of information.
Yeah. I should say you could use it twice a day, but you run a risk of having it destroy itself. if you use it twice.
Understood. This is far too valuable an item. All right, thank you. By the way, who's the person that got a gift from the tree outside of town?
The tree.
You said that someone in town received something from
Did someone take a leaf or a branch or perhaps a weapon?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I mean, you know, Filnyr, you know her. She's the chef.
Oh, I had not realized that she had taken a gift from the tree. That is the piece of the puzzle that was missing for me.
Yeah, she's I don't know what she's using it for.
Well, we can chat.
Yes, Filnyr, I may leave that to you. You seem to have a rapport with the woman.
Indeed, I will chat with her. I'm looking for her name in my notes because I'm not remembering it right now.
Something like Yvonne.
Oh, I think that's right.
That's it. You got it.
Sam don't need no notes.
You don't need no notes.
Good thing, too, because I don't take any.
Yeah, Yvonne.
All right, so Abel is able to create he has 8 guys that he can send wherever he wants to send them. The way I'd like to adjudicate this is not you telling me that you sent them to a certain place, but when it comes up, you just tell me I sent a guy there. Does that make
Okay.
sense? And I know
I mean, it seems very convenient for me.
it's good for you. But keep in mind now. You said surrounding towns, someone to go out to the towns along the 3-way. I think RPG wise, like, just be honest, right? Like, would you have sent someone to Oglethorpe? Probably. Would you have sent someone to like a weird enclave, like, that you've never heard of north of Lakeshire? Probably not. All right. And as these 3 days end, Abel, you are fitted for your new armor.
Excellent.
It's beautiful. It's lovely. It's plate. Gives you an 18 AC, right? Is that correct?
Indeed, it does.
That's crazy. And Filnyr, your sister comes to the windmill and says, "Brother, I'm so sorry. My men went to intercept the courier, and the courier never came. But I did have to spend that 1,000 gold on hiring them and covering their tracks.
What was your plan, to steal the item for me?
I was going to kill them. The man in Adair, he has set up a separate organization, and I thought I could get the jump on one of his couriers and question him and find out where exactly in Adair they're staying.
But you never found him.
No, my men and I just came back,
So he could still be on the way.
and there's a knock at the door. Hello, Filnyr. It's Bobby.
Barbie,
Oh, Galwinia.
how delightful to see you.
Galwinia, it's good to see you too. You're looking mightily depressed, downtrodden, otherwise disappointed. Filnyr, I have something you might be interested in.
Do you now?
I do
What would
indeed.
that be?
I have a ring you might be interested in purchasing.
Oh. Fancy that. And I'll give Galwinia a knowing look.
Guys, I could have sworn I heard, "Bobby, is that you?"
Abel! Abel, my friend! I'm so happy to see that you are still alive.
Oh, I didn't think it could be true that you were here, but...
Well, I wasn't going to come, but I did make my way down toward Lakeshire, and I was very disappointed to see that the siege is still going on, and even a diplomat such as I should have been given access. I was not. I was very disappointed. They turned me away. They said, too dangerous, come back later. And I said, where else will I go? So I went to Brine Town. I went further afield west. I have some contacts out that way, and I decided I need to come and find my old friend Filnyr, because I have procured something that I know he'll be very, very happy to have.
Well, let's pour some wine. I want to hear tales of your journeys.
I will. Oh, very good. Abel, do you know? Oh, goodness, this wine. They must have really pulled out all the stops to have something that's not utterly disgusting in a town like this. Am I right? Filnyr. And he flops out the ring on the table and he says, I understood you to be a good person, someone who doesn't like to cut corners.
I would love to know what you're getting at, Bobby.
Well, Galwini and I have some of the same friends. That's true. And it seems as though, according to my friends, that her time giving the orders might be coming to somewhat of an end. My friends in Adair have offered you this gift in exchange for allowing me to set up a diplomatic station, as it were, here in the rising Lakenhearth, the rising tide of Ionus and his merry band of etc.
Go on.
Galwinia can keep Brine Town. Galwinia can keep whatever's left of Lakeshire. But the good gentleman of Adair would like to be here and be represented, and we get Monterre. We get Hark City.
I'm sorry, get. I am not well versed in all of the dealings that my sister has in place, so forgive me. My attention has been elsewhere. Bobby, what is it that I can give you?
Galwinia says, Filnyr, Bobby's really high up in the New Thieves Guild of Monterre.
Which one is that?
No,
Would
that's
you tell
their
me
name.
the name of it?
That's their name.
The New Thieves Guild.
Thieves Guild of Monterre.
I see.
And they haven't been in Monterre at all. I don't even think that they are there at all yet. And Bobby says, that's correct. We have been calling ourselves the New Thieves Guild of Monterre since we were in Adair City.
Bobby, have you been turned into a life of crime?
No, Abel. Let me explain to you what happened. I was brought to nearly the brink of death. This was many years ago. And I'm sure you know that outside of the church, healers charge a great deal of money. And I was in need of, what do they call it? It was restoration, but it was not lesser restoration. It was more than lesser. And
One might say greater.
it was greater. And the only gentlemen who were willing to help me in this were gentlemen who recognized my ability to make my way in and out of the nobility, and I owe them my life.
Well, I guess
you
you had to be there.
Tom, as we're talking to Bobby, I'm going to cast Edgar's Detect Thoughts.
Okay, all right.
And I'm not going to, at this point, I don't want to probe into Bobby's mind. I just want to get, I just want a little bit of insight as to whether what he's saying is truthful or if there's fleeting moments of like looking for a lie.
So normally with Detect Thoughts, you get the sort of top line thoughts.
Yeah, surface thoughts, right?
His surface thoughts right now are, I can't believe they're letting me do this. I can't believe they're letting me come here and they're not even expecting me to kill Galwinia.
Okay.
Like his surface thought is, this is crazy. This is crazy. This is crazy. This is crazy.
All right. And what was the last thing he said? Sorry, I was
About him. So he expected that he was going to have to kill Galwinia to get whatever he's gotten for this. And
Bobby,
he doesn't.
I hate to split
But
hairs.
that's not
with
what
you
he
here,
said.
but
That's what he was. What did he? What was the last
It
thing
sort
he
of
said?
sounds like you turned to a life of crime.
Well,
Oh, that's right. Montana.
I have
out of desperation, possibly. But
well,
what you're describing there is almost the quintessential turn towards a life of crime.
I think I just think it's more complicated than putting a label on it like that.
Isn't it always?
Well, and this is true. And no offense to you, Ionus, and
I didn't
Galwinia
think I
knows
was
this
there.
well. Oh, he's not there. Sorry. So, no offense. I intended to your man from Monterre. This whole island is being held together by strings and wires. It's chaos without some unifying force. Too many gods, too many armies. It's the people who are seeking coin above all else. That is the only thing that can be relied upon. I've been here as long as you have, Filnyr. I know you see it too.
God, Filnyr, it sounds like bullshit, but when it comes out of his mouth, I don't know.
It's beautiful, isn't it?
Something about it, it seems so reasonable.
Beautiful bullshit. Perhaps we should set up a dinner tonight. We can all enjoy some more food and wine and chat, take our time. Bobby, it seems that you want to settle in here. Perhaps it would make sense for you to get to know the place a bit.
I would love that very much. Is it true? Do
No.
you have the Nomon Panther back here?
Do we have the gnome on? Be more specific.
Oh, sorry. The undercarriage of the future.
It doesn't sound familiar to me. Does he
try
go by
again?
any other names?
He's son of a bitch. Yes. I believe he does. But they're not coming to my brain right now.
Describe him.
He's short. He's a gnome.
There's quite a few gnomes here.
He's from the Owlwood.
Perhaps a surprise that there are gnomes here.
Oh, you mean old stands with bear mounts?
Stands with bear mounts. That's who it is. Felipe Madamba.
Listen, feel free to enjoy the freedom of the town. Look around. Who knows who you might meet? It's a very cosmopolitan place. More so by the day.
Abel, I'm really glad to see you.
Bobby, if we may venture back to the business to which you say you bring this gift, would you explain to me the exchange rate?
This ring, our friends in Adair say, is yours, no strings attached. What they want from you as a leader of this new thing which is happening, and which they seem to believe that you are primed and ready to become a major power in this region. Your sister, of course, will remain in charge of the certain organization which shall not be named, and she just says it's just called the Thieves Guild of the Brine. Thieves Guild of the Brine. We don't want the Thieves Guild of the Brine in Adair City. We don't want them in Monterre City. And we don't want them in Hark City.
So you're asking me to have my sister only steal from those people she'll be living with?
I'm telling you that the wire and string holding this island together is strong, and it's even stronger when we come to an agreement and do not go up against each other.
Well, we're gonna have to talk it over. I'm sure you understand, Bobby, family business and whatnot. But boy, I can't wait to show you some of the treats of this town.
I'm very much looking forward to it, and I have brought one friend here who knows how to dig down. And Abel, I did this for you. He's gonna make you a cenote here in this town. Brizote, sorry, a brizote here in this town.
I was like, oh, we're getting into caves that we drop people into to
Yes.
die.
Yes.
Oh no, we're talking about spas.
Yes.
Oh, I remember the last occasion. It was simply divine.
Tom, do I detect anything different on his surface thoughts as he's talking about the brizote and
He
the
thinks he
guilds,
has Abel
etc.?
wrapped around his finger.
Well, that's true.
He believes it. He believes it. He believes that he is done what he's done to you many times, which is needle his way between you and someone important to you.
Mm-hmm. And then as it relates to Galwinia, were his, just to clarify for me, were his thoughts threatening or just sheer surprise that he didn't have to do something?
Sheer surprise he didn't have to do something for his people. I will let you probe deeper, but you will have to do the roll, and if you fail it, if he'll get to roll, and if he passes it, he'll know that you're
Right.
doing it to him.
Right. Yeah, no, I know.
Right. So is he still here, or is he? Yeah.
I'm gonna wait to do that.
Okay.
I'm not gonna probe. I'm gonna keep the. I guess I'm casting this at 5th level.
Yeah.
So you'll have to. I don't know exactly how to adjudicate this 5th level. The duration is either 9 hours or 1 hour without concentration. At what point do I decide that right at the beginning?
At the 1 hour point.
But then I've already concentrated for an hour, right?
Yeah. You could. So yes. So you can do it either way. You can do it 9 hours with concentration or 1 hour.
And you
1
don't have to
hour
concentrate on it
non-concentration.
starting now.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Because the way you have it written is you make your decision as the first hour of detecting thoughts wears off. So that means I get a second
Right.
hour without concentrating, or just
the first hour is no concentration, and you can continue. You can continue holding the
by
spell
concentrating.
by concentrating after.
Got it,
That's
got
right.
it.
8 more hours of having
Got
it up.
All right. Well, I'll keep it up for now because I can always drop the concentration if I have to.
Yep.
Do I sense his buddy around?
What's the range on it? It
Range?
extends on Edgar's detect thoughts, right?
Yeah. If I detect, I don't know if he qualifies as an enemy technically, but it's 120 feet. If there's enemies I cannot see, otherwise it's 60 feet.
Yeah. No, he's not within 120 feet. There's no
Not there.
there's no one that you wouldn't expect within that's
Right.
within 120 feet of you.
So, Bobby, the ring is a gift, and it is genuine, as far as you know.
The ring is what your wizard asked for from my people.
Very well.
And I'm going to have you roll a d6.
I got a 1.
Okay. So unfortunately, it has only first level spells in it, but it's got Featherfall, Color Spray, and Long Strider in it right now. And otherwise, it's a normal ring of spell storing. So once you cast those spells, or when you put something else into it, you can kick those spells out.
Right, and I do have to attune to it to actually have it work.
Yep.
Okay.
All right. So the days pass by.
Wait a
The
second.
armor. Yeah, go ahead.
I think we want to talk as soon as Bobby's out the door.
Okay.
We got some things to sort.
Bobby's gone.
Is he gone? How can he? He's out of hearing range right now, isn't he?
Do I sense him anymore?
You don't sense him.
Okay. No, he's gone. He's at least 60 feet from us.
All right, and is Galwinia here? Galwinia is here too, right?
Yeah. Do you want her gone? She
No,
she should stay.
Galwinia. What's your presence in Hark City and Dare and what was the other one he said?
Monterre.
Do you have presence there? Can we just give it to these guys and say, hey, yeah, well, it hurts us, but we'll let you have it.
Well, I mean, I thought this guy that I contacted in Adair was my people, and apparently he wasn't.
Yeah, sounds like things may be getting a little tenuous for you.
It's not a secret that Lakeshire was where we made our money, and Brine was where we made our safety. And I don't really have many resources outside of those two towns. I had a relatively decent situation in Waterdeep, but that was when I had the face of Jesus and I could go back and forth there, and I was actively making plans to expand, and I think that's all over. But he's not wrong when he says the nobles aren't the one tying this place together. It is us.
The underlings.
It's the people who are driven by gold. Because at least we know where we stand. We're not just thieves, we're merchants and laborers.
Galwinia, how did you feel about his plan to sort of keep you to the Brine, keep you out of Hark and Monterre and Adair?
Well, I don't know where else we're going to buy our really expensive things or sell them if we can't go there and we don't have Lakeshire. But I don't know what else we have now.
Well, I have a couple of thoughts.
Woods. We have so many woods. Hidden trails, passageways. That's worth something.
Well, I don't think we can be seen to be we don't even know who he's representing, really. We certainly can't allow them to set up shop anywhere we are. I don't see any harm in giving them something we don't have. That we don't really have anyway.
I had an idea. And Abel, I know we have different feelings about Bobby. And I'll pull out the perfume of bewitching that I have. I might suggest that we convince him that he made us another deal, and he takes that back to the powers that be with him. Essentially, we have him agree to a plan that we prefer, send him on his way, and let him deal with the repercussions.
I mean, that does sound pretty funny. But I don't know what deal we can enter into in good conscience with
perhaps
whoever these people are. Yeah.
Perhaps we simply have him agree that Galwinia can operate as normal with impunity, and that a little competition is good for the market.
Brother, I like this turn in your personality. And
Galwinia, he was surprised that he did not have to kill you.
Who the hell is in charge over there?
I don't know, but you are definitely on their list.
She's like racking her brain, and she's just like, I can't figure it out. Prince Adair is here. His wife, she sort of like quiets up, and his wife is in the Owlwood.
Does he know that?
Prince Adair's wife is in the Owlwood?
Yeah, so I helped organize a break of her former lover. We had been holding we've been holding him from before I started pretending to be Jesus of Waterdeep. A man named Grim Portnoy. And I helped get him broken out and taken to the Owlwood, where Adair's wife was supposedly waiting. I'm wondering, could she be behind this?
We can find out somehow.
She hates
Yep.
Adair. She is Monteran. Her nephew is here.
Did I know all of this before? This seems like new information to me.
I'm sure I mentioned it, Abel.
Adair is married to Jonas's aunt, and she's in the Owlwood. Hey, Jonas, you better get in here, buddy.
What? I'm reading. What?
We got some important stuff to talk to you about. You better come on over.
Confound it. I was learning the identify spell.
Not canon.
Yes, what's happening? What's happening?
Did you know your aunt is married to Prince Adair?
I stumbled upon that information, yes.
Did you know she's in the Owlwood?
She's where?
In the Owlwood. And guess who knew about it this whole time and didn't tell us?
Who?
What has two thumbs and didn't tell us? Your aunt's in the Owlwood.
And
That lady.
Galwinia points to herself and she says, I mean, to be fair, I didn't put together how any of this would be important unless Adair died and we had some kind of issue with who would be leader next. But even there, it's not done by hereditary. The new prince is always chosen by the Council of Merchants. Oh, shit, she says. Oh, shit. We need to find out if Bobby represents the Council of Merchants. What if...
You're saying Bobby? Oh, Bobby. I just got a far off look in my eye for a second. Are you implying that the Adaran Council of Merchants and this new Monteran Thieves Guild could basically be the same thing?
Not only do I think it might be the same thing, I'm wondering if this is related to what I'm hearing in Hark City and Monterre.
You're hearing stuff in Hark City and God.
But before I met you, before Lake and Hearth, or before Lakeshire burned, there was movement to appoint the head of the Sailing Guild as the next Robert Hark. That the next in line would be a guild merchant. And that is not the way of Hark.
That sounds pretty stupid.
But maybe the powers are flipping in ways that we just can't even imagine.
I just gesture broadly to everything happening around us. You don't say. So listen, all we know is we've got a stranded noblewoman in the Owlwood, potentially looking for any kind of safe harbor, who may also be in charge of a large network of spies and criminals.
Maybe.
And happens to be related to this fella over here.
What in the hell have I walked in on?
Oh boy, I don't even know at this point.
Abel, are you still wearing your plate that you just got sized in?
Mhm.
Also, he looks fantastic. And Filnyr, he is the spitting image now of Herr Walter Faust if Faust had a beard.
And was 30 years older.
And was 30 years older. I mean, he just glimmers, and you get that sense that you're getting a little bit of a deja vu moment here. And Florn walks in and says, "Gentlemen, we caught Dagmoon. We caught Dagmoon. I got him locked up in my library.
Oh, hell.
And we know where the mine is. We know exactly where the mine is." And thus ends episode 55 of the Dungeon Dads podcast.
Info dump.
Info dump, episode 55.
Wow.
Time for big choices.
Jeez.
All right, we got lots to talk about.
Yeah, we do.
Lots to talk about.
All right, everybody. Thanks so much for listening, and come on back for the bonus. And for episode
Get on that
56,
Patreon,
someone's
get
gonna
the bonus.
die. I have a
Get
good,
on Apple
strong
Podcasts.
feeling.
Yeah, give us a good review before somebody dies.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah. Yeah.
5 subscribes, baby. Toodaloo. Toodaloo, everybody.